Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer, and I have a surprise for you today. I picked this game up recently called Deep Space D6. It's from Tau Leader Games. I got this for $5 at there was a flea market at the local gaming store. I had been wanting to buy this for some time, but it was out of print. It's about $25, I think. And I just happened to see it. Somebody was selling it for $5. It was a steal, so I grabbed it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through the game today. This is a solo sci-fi board game with dice, no miniatures. And I'm playing the ship called the Halcyon. And there are 5 ships that come in this. This little board here folds up in the game. There's 5 different ships you can play. This is the one that's recommended for a first-time player. You have a hull tracker, which is 0 to 8, and a shield, which is 0 to 4. These little cubes represent it. You have 6 dice for crew member assignments, and then you have a threat die. This is the infirmary. They go here, and then when they get healed, they come in here, and then any dice in here you can roll during that turn. And basically, depending on the die face you roll, will determine what that crew member can do. They can repair shields, they can fire weapons, things like that. Now this is the threat deck up here. I've already shuffled it. And inside here are different types of cards. There are external threats, which are placed on this over here, 4, 3, 2, 1. And as they take damage, they move down, and then they eventually move off the board. Internal threats are placed over here. And on your turn, you basically roll the dice. You place scans, which are this particular face, up here. When you get 3 scans, you draw a new card. The rest of the dice will correspond to placement in the ship. You assign them, and then you draw and place a new threat. So a threat is always coming. It's just when the sensors reach 3, you get a bonus one. So you draw a new threat, and then you do the threat phase. You roll this dice, and you'll see this. This dice will tell you which threats will trigger at that point. And the only way to remove a threat, is to destroy it by firing the lasers. And then there's other ways to destroy threats involving what's called away teams, which is where you assign certain crew member combinations depending on what's on the card. So let's go ahead and let's get started here. I'm going to roll this. So I've got 2 engineers, which can be done repair hull. Well, my hull is at full strength. Oh, I forgot to draw 2 cards at the start. So I have an external threat, which is the red triangle. It goes here. And I have another external threat. They start up here at 4. Actually, that's not true. They start, they depending on what their number is, you place them. So the solar winds, I'm not sure. I guess I'll put that one at 4. I could be doing this wrong, but I believe that there's 2 damage. So when I do 2, it'll go down to 1 and then off. This is how much damage it takes to destroy them. This is the dice combination. You can see it's a 4 and a 6. So when I roll this, if I roll a 4 or a 6, it says -1 hull, ignore the shields. All damage has to go through the shields before it goes to the hull. So this one's an unusual one. This one, the solar winds, has an asterisk. It says -5 hull and then discard. So apparently it just automatically happens. So -5 hull. Now remember, before the hull takes damage, you do the shield. So I'm at 4, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm already losing. The captain goes here. And let's see, I rolled 2 sensors, which is not good. And then I rolled a return all units from the infirmary or return a sensor. So I will choose that. I will return a sensor here. Okay, repair the hull. No, before I assign the crew and do things, let's see, assign your crew and immediately resolve the actions. Okay. So it says I can do +1 repair, +2 for each additional. So I'm going to use an additional, so I can repair the hull 2. Well, it can only go up 1. So these have been used. I already did this. It returned this. And it says I could change a crew die to any face. Well, I probably should have done that. No, I couldn't have done that because, well, I can change the captain's crew face to anything. So I'm going to change it to fire lasers, and it says 1 damage, and you do an additional damage for each additional one. So that will knock this down to 1. This is used. The sensor dice stay. You don't get to pull them back. And now I draw a new threat card. And this is an external threat. It's got the square, so it comes over here. It says immediately send all these to the infirmary. Okay, so this dice goes to the infirmary, and I can't roll it on my next turn unless I heal them by putting a medical here. So after you use a card, you just discard it. And now I roll this die. What I don't want to do is roll a 4 or a 6. I rolled a 3, so this doesn't do anything. All right, so now that turn is over. We start over. I only have 4 dice to roll this turn because the sensor dice stays and this guy's in the infirmary. So, so you immediately resolve them. So these dice come back in and I do a new threat. Nothing happens. I like that card. All right. Recharge shields. Absolutely. Shields go back up to maximum. And then this one is repair the hull. This one goes to waste because I have no hull to repair, and I have no captain to change it to a different face. So I assign the crew. Now I draw a new threat. And basically the game ends when the threat deck ends and all enemies and internal and external enemies have been taken care of. Cosmic existentialism must be completed before assigning any other crew. Okay, so before assigning any other green, so when I roll a green die, I've got to put it on this in order to get rid of that card before I can recharge the shields. All right, that's the end of the new threat. Let's roll the threat phase. I don't want a 4 or a 6. I rolled a 1, so that doesn't do anything. And then I gather the crew, and I start over. So you see, it's a pretty simple little straightforward thing here. All right, so let's just play. All right, so I can assign that here to get rid of it, but then he goes here. Now I can assign this one here, but I don't need to recharge shields, so I may reassign him. I don't need to repair hull, and I got a sensor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to change this to a medical, and then I can return. I can only do it once, so I'm going to do it to return him from the infirmary. Can't get rid of that. This, I don't need to recharge shields, and I use that. That's the end of the assign and crew. Let's draw a new threat. Rescue a soldier. Okay. Discard to reroll all sensors detected this round. This symbol means I can assign an away crew member to do it instead of discarding the card to reroll all blank. I can just use the. I like that one. Well, that's a weird one. I'm not sure about that because if I keep this card in here at all times, I can always discard to reroll all. Let me see what that says. Rescue missions. When drawn, place in the internal threat zone and draw another threat card. When a rescue mission is completed, you may hold on to the card and use it for its listed benefit. Okay. When you draw it, draw another threat. When a rescue mission is completed, you may hold on to the... So I have to send a thing to complete it. When it's completed, you may hold on to the resulting card. Hold on to the resulting card until you use it for its listed purpose. Not sure. That's a weirdly worded one. All right, so this one has 4 to destroy it. Ooh. Okay. So let's see. I drew the threat card. I assigned. I did the threat. Now the threat phase. I roll the die. I rolled a 2, which triggers none of them. So on this point, did I put him in the infirmary? No, I did not. All right, so that's the end of that. So now I can roll the dice. I got infirmary, captain, fire, and 2 of these. But I'm going to discard to re-roll all sensors detected this turn. So, but I think I have to use this to trigger that. Yeah, I think that's how it works. Okay, so I got another one and a green. So I'm going to use the lasers to fire and take this guy off. And I'm going to use the captain. I don't need to recharge shields, and I don't need to. I don't have anybody in the infirmary, so I'm gonna move. I'm gonna change him to an infirmary die, and then it says I can return one of these. So back down to 1 sensor. Remember, you don't want 3 because it makes you draw a new threat. That is the end of the crew assignment. I draw a threat. This one's an external one. Orbital cannon. -2 hull. Cannot be damaged unless it is the only threat. So I have to get rid of this before I can get rid of that. Ah, nice. Okay, threat die. 4. -2 hull. So remember, you take off the shields. And this doesn't trigger. So that is that. So gather your crew. Got a sensor, fire lasers, engineer, recharge shields, and an infirmary. All right, the return infirmary, I'm immediately using that. I'm going to fire the lasers and move this down to 3. Recharge shields or the stasis beam. Well, let me do this one first. There's no damage, so this one goes away. Stasis shield says, place the assigned science die on an external threat. This threat cannot activate during the threat activation phase. So I'm going to put that, well, they're both -2, but this one has 2 chances of rolling, so I don't want to do that one. And this one only has 1 chance of 3. So this one cannot do on this turn. Oh, I like that. All right, let's roll the threat die. I rolled a 3. Of course I did. -2 hull. So 1, 2. So I am now no shields. All right, had a small interruption there. Okay, took the hull damage, and that is it. So now I gather my crew. This one has to come back. Let me double check that. I think it says the threat cannot activate during the threat activation phase. Yeah, so it's got to come back. All right, so it's time to roll. Got 3 hull repair, which I don't need. Commander, which is always good. Laser, which is always good. And a sensor. All right, I'm going to use the commander to change this die to a green to recharge the shields. Back up to max. And I'm going to fire the lasers, so that knocks this down to 2. And I have no hull repair, so this one kind of goes away. Draw a threat. A nebula. Look at that. All numbers except for 6 will trigger this one. This one comes here. Shields offline. -1 nebula health. When destroyed, shields go online. So shields are offline. So basically lower it to 0, and they will stay offline until this disappears off the screen, off the stage. And -1 nebula health. When it's triggered, the health drops, and then it will go offline. Okay, I see how that works. All right, so let's roll the threat die. I rolled a 5, which triggers the assault carrier, -2 hull, 1, 2. And then this comes down because it loses a health. And I have nothing to destroy it, but it will go off on the next turn. Okay, pick up all my dice. Roll them. Whoa. Guess what I'm going to be doing this turn? I'm going to be... So I don't know how this works. I rolled more than... So that will automatically trigger a bounty ship. Okay. So these come out. Do these go back on? I'll play it that way. I guess they do. There's nothing else I can do with them. Although I can use this to take one away. That's what I'll do. All right, now I draw a threat card, a fighter, and man, I'm just getting a lot of threats here. And I roll the threat die. A 3. Orbital cannon, -2. 1, 2. This triggers, which comes off, which means my shields go back online. They're at maximum. And -1 hull, but the shields will drop. This was... Oh, no, this didn't trigger because I rolled a 3. This is a 2 and a 4. Okay, good. All right, that's that. Let's roll the dice. This is not good. Although I did roll this, which will allow me to get rid of one of those. And then the other one goes on there. Fire lasers, engineer. Well, fire the lasers definitely to... I need to take this one down one. Okay. So I need to roll some lasers is what I do. This will allow me to repair the hull one. And that's all I can do. So threat die is a 4. No, no, yes, yes. So -1, -3. So 1, 2, 3. All right. And then I re-roll the dice. So I think once you find the rules, this goes pretty quick. Oh my gosh. Ah. All right. I'm gonna choose. The captain can choose a crew die. Now the crew, the sensors, I don't believe count as crew. I think they did. Maybe they do. Are the sensors? Let me see what it says. Sensor dice. They are. They are. It's a sensor. It's a, okay. So I could change one of these to a infirmary, which will then allow me to get rid of that one. And then this triggers another threat card. Robot Uprising. It's an internal threat. Now, it has an away team, which I can use to get rid of it. On a 1, 2, or 3, I send a unit to the infirmary. Ugh. All right. Oh, yeah. So I assigned the crew. Now I draw a threat card because that one came from this. So now I draw another threat card. Another fighter. All right. Come on. I got 2 commanders this turn. That's good. 2 sensors, a medical, and an engineering. All right. Let's think through this. I am taking a lot of... Well... I don't want to send anybody to the infirmary, so I'm going to use that one and get rid of it. This commander die, I am going to change. I'm going to use this to remove 1. And I'm going to use the commander to change this one to a recharge shields, which will send it back up to 4. And that's all I can do. All right, let's see what happens. A 5. No, 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 yes. -2 hull. 1, 2. All right. Keep going. I need some lasers. I got 3 of those. I don't need those. And a laser. I'm going to use one of these to take that. Return all units from infirmary or return a blank. But I think you can only return it that you rolled it that turn. Let's double check. It says or return a thing. I'm gonna do it. I think you can. I think it was a card that had to be done that particular turn. All right. So this one goes away. This one fires the laser. I am going to get rid of this assault carrier. He's gone. Okay. And I can't destroy this orbital cannon until everything else is cleared. So this is really annoying. Okay, let's see. I fired the laser, so now I draw a threat card, which is a destroyer, -3 hull. Ooh. All right, and then I roll the threat die. A 6. No, 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 no. All right, 6 looks to be good. Always roll a 6. All right, I've got all my dice back finally. Got 1 sensor, commander, 2 lasers, that, and this. This is awesome. I can use the commander to change this to a laser. I'm going to use this to recharge my shields fully. So I fire 3 lasers, which I can get rid of. I'm going to get rid of this guy. He lowers to 2, and then he's gone. And then this will get rid of one of the fighters. Okay. Draw a threat die. Invaders, internal. Send a unit to the infirmary if I roll a 2 or a 4, and it's going to take 2 lasers to get rid of it. I rolled a 1. This triggers this one. Destroy all shields, and then -1 hull. Ooh, okay. Now I get to roll my dice. All right. This was at 4, I believe. Yeah. Excellent. 3 commanders, 2 medics, and an engineer. All right, let's figure out what we need to do here. I've got to get rid of that one because I don't. When you send players to the infirmary, not good. Send a unit to the infirmary. But hold on, let me think. I've got 2 commanders. I need to repair my hull and recharge shields. So I'm going to use a commander to change this to green, and then I will recharge the shields. I'm going to use this to repair the hull by a point, and then I'm going to use this to change this die to a fire laser, which will get rid of this. All right, I can handle the infirmary because I'm rolling a lot of medicals. So, all right, so I assigned all the dice. I pull a threat, a rescue, telepath, discard to look at the next 5 cards of the threat deck. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right, so drew a threat card. Oh, and I have to draw another one. Anytime you draw a rescue, you draw a threat card. All right, so this is a meteoroid. -1 meteoroid health when you roll a 1, and when it's destroyed, you lose 5 hull. Ooh, okay. So let's roll the threat die. I rolled a 2, which triggers the invaders. I have to send a unit to the infirmary. All right, just send a die. 2, bounty ship. Destroy all shields, -1 hull. And then this one doesn't trigger. All right, I've only got 4 dice to roll. I got that, 2 green, and an orange. I cannot change dice, so these will allow me to recharge shields or stasis beam, which I will put on. I'm going to put this on the bounty ship since it's got 2 opportunities to attack. This one will be used to pull out a infirmary. Did I do something wrong here? Did I have 2 of these? I must have. So I used one, and I guess I'll use the other. Sorry, I may have made a mistake there. I lost track. Okay, so this one stays put. Now I draw a threat, and this says nothing happens. Okay, good. Roll the threat die. 1. The bounty ship cannot do anything because I have this. Meteoroid. I rolled a 1, so it's -1 health on the meteoroid, so it moves down. This doesn't trigger, this doesn't trigger. All right, so all my characters are out of the infirmary. I get this one back. 2, sensor, and a green. Well, I'm going to use the stasis beam again to hold that one. I'm going to use this to take one of these away, and I'll use the other one to do that one. All right, and then this one will repair a hull point. All right, that's pretty quick. Threat. Nothing happens. And roll the die. 2. By the way, there are 6 of the nothing happens cards in there, in that entire deck. 2. 2 triggers the invaders. Send 1 to the infirmary. And nothing else triggers. Okay, that's the end of that. Alright, I can get 1 out of the infirmary. I can get that out, and I can fire a laser. So, out of the infirmary, this one will return that one, and this one will fire a laser at, well, I can only fire it at the bounty ship. Alright, that's that. Threat die. Oh no, threat card. Shield platform. Protects external threats. I have to destroy this before I can do any of that. Wow, nice one. I like that card. 2. That triggers, all right. Infirmary, no, yes. Destroy all shields, 1 hull. That does not trigger, so I got to get rid of this shield platform. All right. I had 1 in the infirmary. Yeah, I did. So, excellent. All right, so I'll get him out of the infirmary. And this stinks because I have nothing to, so these are wasted. This will allow me to move that up, and the laser will allow me to lower this down to a 2. All right, threat card, interceptor, and everything triggers it except for a 6. A 1, meteoroid loses a health. Okay. The bounty ship, destroy all shields, which are, and then -1 hull. And this one is -1 hull. Okay. I've got to get rid of the shield platform. Got to get rid of it. All right, I've got everything except 1 in the infirmary. Good. Oops, that one was and this one. So everything's got something. All right. I need lasers. Unfortunately, I will use the captain to change the hull to a laser. I'll use the lasers to knock the shield platform down to 1 health. And the doctor gets the infirmary out, and the green will repair my shields to max. All right. Yep. All right. Hijackers on the 4, and when they trigger, it's -2 hull. I can send 2 commanders to remove this card. Threat die is a 2, which I send 1 to the infernal. I got to get rid of this one too. -1 hull. Nothing, nothing. Okay. All right. Man, I'm getting low on the hull there. All right, so I roll all of these. 3 lasers, a repair, and a commander. The shield platform only needs 1 to destroy. I'll do that. I really need to repair my shield. Oh, my shields are all the way up. I need to repair my hull. So I will use the captain to send another orange down here, which will allow me for each +2. It's +1, +2 for each additional. Does that mean I repair 3, or does it just go up +2 for each additional? So I get 1 and then +2, so 3. I may have been playing that wrong. So I go up 3. 1, 2, 3. So 1 and then an additional 2 for each additional blank. Okay, I've been doing that wrong. All right, so that gives me some breathing room there. And then the laser, the last laser, I will use on the interceptor. Okay. Draw a threat card. Fighter. Roll it. Roll a 3. No. No, no, no. Yes, yes. All right, so -1 hull. Oh, nope. Shields take it. -2 hull. 1, 2. Okay. That was good. I need those shields. All right. Now I roll. Commander, laser, 2 repair, and a green. I'll use the green to recharge shields. I'm going to do both to repair my... I'm only going to use 1 to repair my hull. I'm going to use the commander to change to a laser, and I'm going to use the lasers to get rid of this invader, which has been annoying me. And that is all I can do this turn. I still got one in the infirmary. Draw a threat. Space Pirates. Okay, roll the die. 5. That triggers this one. -2 hull. 1, 2. Triggers this one. -1 hull. That's it. Okay. All right. Recharge shields. Always recharge your shields. That's great. This one can return from the infirmary. And the captain, I'll fire. I can change to an infirmary to look at the next 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I've got a a flagship, -3. I've got a warbird, which ignores shields. A corsair, man, these are tough. Comms offline. You may not assign a commander, and the next one is a space pirate. Okay, so I used that one. I think I can leave this out and use it whenever I want, but I'm gonna have to find out about that. All right, the lasers. Lasers. I will go after the space pirates to knock them out. And now I do a die. Space pirates come back. Rolled a 3. No, no, no. Yes. -2 hull. 1, 2. 3 -1 hull. And a 3 -2 hulls. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, 2. Sorry. Only -2. All right. Now all my crew's back. Commander, laser, sensors, sensor, and a repair shields. Well, I'm going to use the repair shields. I'm going to burn these to draw a threat card. It's an internal threat. You may not assign a commander. All right, so that one is may not assign. So he goes here. I can't use him. It's one commander. Cannot assign one commander. So that would be if I roll a commander. Okay, so this one goes back, and the laser fires and takes out the fighter. Okay, draw a threat card, which is the Corsair. Roll the threat. 6. The only one that fires are these two. -2, -2. And they don't ignore shields. One. You have 4. So technically it starts here. 1, 2. Yeah, it starts there. 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Okay, that's how it works. All right. That is it. All right. So with this card in play, I cannot assign a commander. Which I got 3 of these. Doom and doom. Man. All right. So I'll raise the shields, and these 2. Actually, I'm going to use 1 to repair and the other one to get rid of this. And this makes me draw a threat card. The Warbird, which ignores shields. And roll the die. 6, which is the Warbird, -3 hull. It ignores shields. 1, 2, 3. 6 -2 hull. 1, 2. -2 hull. 1, 2. All right, that was pretty easy. Roll again. Commander. 2 laser, infirm, sensors. All right. Recharge shields, definitely. Stasis, which I'm going to put on the interceptor. Well, I'm going to put on a Warbird. -3, ignores shields. Actually, you know what? No. I'm going to fire the laser and remove the Warbird. Then I'm going to use this to block the Corsair, which does the most damage and has the most chances of triggering. And I'll use the commander. What do I want to do here? All right, I'm going to use the commander to change this to a I'm gonna do it to a fire laser, and then I'll use the laser on the do it on the interceptor. Okay, draw a threat card, the flagship. Roll the die. 4 -2 hull. 1, 1, 2. 4 -3 hull. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm dead. 4 -2 hull. 1, 2, and then 4 is -1, which goes down to 0. And I believe that is when you are destroyed. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure that when the shields are 0, you are dead. If the hull track reaches 0, you lose the game. That was pretty fun. Even though I lost, that is a very fast game. I mean, it goes quick. The mechanics are very simple. Assign dice, get threats, deal with threats, track your shields and hull. I like that. Now, one of the things I didn't play with this was there is an extra bonus 6 cards that is this final monster boss ship encounter called the Ouroboros. I can never say this word right. And it consists of 6 cards. And you can play it 2 ways. You can shuffle those cards into this deck, and when you pull one, you just set it aside. And then when all 6 cards are revealed, it comes into play. The other way you can play it is it says if you finish up the threat deck, then you bring out all 6. And all 6, it has shields of its own, it has weapons of its own, it has ways of dealing damage to you and avoiding damage. It's a very hard ship to beat, and I didn't play it in this game, but I'm definitely going to play this again. This was fun. I hope you like these little introduction games. I play a lot of solo games, not just RPGs and war games, but I play solo board games. And whenever I find one that I can play, I'm going to record it and share it with you guys, and maybe you'll find it of interest. Again, this game is called Deep Space D6 by Tau Leader Games, and I believe it's now in stock. I got this a month or so ago, and then I got an email notification that they had gotten the game back in stock. So if you like it and want it, you can now, I believe, get it. And let me just show you inside here. There's 3 extra ships that you can play. So the Halcyon is the one I played. There is this one, which is the Mono Nowhere, which is an alien, like a prototype ship. That's what it describes it as. This one is the AG-8, which I don't know what it has special rules, as you can see. I'm not sure what those are. And then there was a warship, which I believe is this one, the Athena, which has multiple laser crews and things like that. If you fire it here, it does 2 damage. That's pretty cool. But it has more shields but less hull strength. So they all vary. This one right here has a lot of hull strength but very low shields. This one's about the same. So very fun. I definitely will be playing this again. I may even introduce this to my kids because this is a nice little fun game you could take to I hate to say it, but you could take it to a restaurant or somewhere where you're going to be waiting, and it doesn't take up a lot of space, as you can see. And it's very transportable in just this little box. So anyway, there you go. I hope you liked this playthrough. I wish I could have won. No, again, winning just means getting all the way through the threat deck and then finishing off all the external and internal threats. So I was pretty close. I was down to like 1/3 of the threat deck. So I was getting there. But there you go. Deep Space D6. Hope you like it. Maybe you'll go get a copy and give it a try. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. I'll be back with more videos like this to show you how to play some games. Everybody, take care.